Hey there Cosmic Warriors, and welcome back to another video. Alright, so in today's video what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at the Mars signs today. We're going to be looking at specifically how the Mars signs are motivated. So if you want to know more information about that, then definitely keep watching. But with that in mind, I just want to add here that I'm going to be also making a series about the Mars signs. So there's going to be a video per sign coming quickly after this video. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And also I would like to highlight that I have created an ebook. The ebook is based upon Aries season. So if you want to know more information about Mars, about your Mars house, about your Mars sign, about your Aries house, about the Aries archetype and the first house overall, then definitely be sure to pick up a copy today. I'm going to provide the link to that download to the ebook in the description box. As always, timestamps are going to be down below as well. So then, let's do this. Mars in Aries motivation. What motivates you, Mars and Aries? You are motivated by using your energy, so your physical body, your physicality, your drive. You're motivated by things that make you driven, things that make you want to go after that thing that you really feel passionate about. So you're going to be motivated by the very thing that you are passionate about, whether that's you wanting to put your passion into fitness, or your passion into competition, or your passion into adventure and sports and things that thrill you. But it doesn't even have to be as, you know, sort of exciting as that. Just simply you feeling like there's something new, there's a new experience for you that you're about to encounter, you're about to embark on. The new experiences and the new things that you face in life, those things in themselves can get you motivated, because whenever you're faced with a new experience, Mars and Aries, you're very good at being able to step up to the plate within that new experience and just go head first into it. You can be very innovative in that way, into new projects, into new creations. So to get into something that just you feel so headstrong about in the moment about, you're going to feel very motivated towards doing, because you're going to see the achievement with it, how you can reach your personal best within it. You're going to want to just anything that where you can just reach more of a personal goal, like I hit that target, I hit that one, okay, I did that better. Hitting those goals, those things may really drive you and really motivate you. And the things that you want, Mars and Aries, those things that you really want and you envision for yourself, I want that, I'm gonna have that competitiveness that's able to keep you just getting back up there. You're able just to keep moving towards that certain goal for yourself, because the motivation towards it is so strong, because the want for it is so strong. Mars in Taurus. Okay, your motivations. What motivates you? Well, for sure, pleasure and comfort motivates you above all else. So if it is that you want to indulge in something that you really enjoy, you know, your favorite coffee or your favorite song, or you maybe like to sew, or you like to do pottery, or you like to just, you know, get something, get yourself involved with something that's very earthly bound. And whenever you are in that moment, Mars and Taurus, it can be kind of hard to get you out of that moment, you know. I mean, Mars and Taurus, if you have decided for yourself, you know what, I have worked a long week, I deserve this day to myself, or I deserve this time to myself to do this thing. Anybody coming to you and trying to take you out of that, that can be pretty difficult. So when it comes to your own motivation, Mars and Taurus, the motivation in itself could be through you seeing the rewards, the incentives. So if an incentive for your hard work is that you get to sleep on the most amazing duvet or mattress and you saved up all your money for, you're gonna see that incentive in itself as such a motivational thing, because yeah, sure, you work and everything, but you also love to enjoy. You enjoy the things that you buy with the money that you earn from the work that you do. And so yeah, that motivation could just be from, hey, I feel motivated to go to work today. I feel motivated by this because I see actually that I'm able to have this thing, that thing, and this thing. So you see the value in work. You see the value in the time that you put into things. Even when it comes to cooking, for example, you're going to be that type of person who is going to take your time and be fine with, you know, just taking your time to cook something. You don't want to rush it too much. You get that it's a process. It's a gradual process. And so through even that process, you may really enjoy that. That may bring you a lot of peace and serenity. And so you're going to be motivated because you're going to see that, oh, I get to eat this and I get to enjoy this and I get to have this and I get to experience this thing. Yes, this motivates me. This makes me feel good. But you know what? It doesn't necessarily have to be out of comfort or pleasure, but it could just be from your basic survival needs, where you may be that type of Mars and Taurus who just sees it for what it is, that actually, yeah, I need to do this because the outcome is physical security, and we all need physical security. And so that in itself will motivate you and drive you. Mars in Gemini, what motivates you? Well, for one, broadcasting, networking, communication. Another thing would be getting involved with the likes of music, so going to listen to your favorite band, your favorite artist play, just getting out and taking part in things within your sort of local areas and just socializing and being in it, you know. Those things may really motivate you because you're able to keep that mental stimulation. You're able to open yourself up to new forms of information, whether it be from music, from words, from new languages, from new people that you meet, or from different lectures that you go to, or you want to learn, you know, new things. So anything that you're just really taking in from your environment and you're just plugging it into your brain, into your mind, you may really feel motivated by that, because you then are able to create so much variety for yourself. You're able to then use what you've taken in as well from the outer environment and then share it with other people to them. So you're becoming their outer environment in a way. So you can just be this amazing messenger who just shoots off and just wants to share what you know. And that's why it's important, I think, for people to have an open line of communication with you and to not place judgment or criticism when they're having discussions with you. It's important to keep that openness and just to keep the broadness, keep the youthfulness, keep it away from things that try to limit the thoughts, right? It's important, I think, that you feel like you're connecting with someone or sharing information with someone where you can actually bounce off each other, where there's the two-way street, rather than it just being, oh, I'm sharing this with you, and then there's not much going on from the other person. And you know what, on that note, Mars and Gemini, you may feel motivated by actually your siblings. So the relationships that you have with your siblings maybe mean a lot to you. People within your early schooling, you might have been that type of Mars in Gemini who was more social in the early schooling years. In that way, you were motivated just by the information and by what you were learning. However, you're still pretty restless, so if there were certain topics that you didn't enjoy, I'm sure that you just switch off. Seriously, can we just change the topic here, because this is getting really boring. And anything that really gets you just out and taking short trips, so it could just be a short trip to the grocery store or a short trip to the movie theater, take a short trip to the library. So those type of impulsive short trips, I think, motivate you because it keeps that changeability for you. It keeps things, you know, in a different pace where things aren't just stagnant, and you like those quick like hits of information, like boom, 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 boom. Mars in Cancer. So the way in which you're motivated is by your own emotional needs. Yes, so your actions are definitely based upon how you're feeling in the moment and what your emotions are sort of sending to you and signaling to you about yourself. Now, of course, this can be really beneficial in that if you feel like you're really good and high on life and you're just excited and you're pumped up, you know, you're on that wave, you're just going to be so enthusiastic and so passionate and getting everything done you want to get done and meeting your goals and yes, yes, yes. However, whenever you're on your lower wave, you don't really want to take action very much. So, you know, in those moments, Mars and Cancer, a good way to motivate yourself would just to be to give yourself some TLC, right? So just do some things where you do really care for your body and your emotional world, and you drink some water, you have some nice food, you go and you see your family. So those little things really motivate you, you know, family, and especially if you have a really great connection with your mother, you may find that by you connecting with your mother, you are able to actually motivate yourself, especially if your mother is that type of person in your life who was that or is that motivational person who always told you or still tells you, hey, like, I'm with you, I'm supporting you, I'm fighting for you. Then again, you could be that type of Mars and Cancer who has a pretty combative, argumentative relationship with your mother and you don't like being told what to do by your mother, and so you don't like being told what to do by others as a result. That's a possibility. But still, as a way to motivate yourself is just, you know, whenever you're down in those waves, you know, you're riding that certain wave, the lower wave, then I would recommend just doing things just that make you feel centered. So if you want to do some poetry, if you want to just start writing down your dreams, so getting into dream symbolism, things like that. If you want to even just get by water, you know, go on a boat trip, go sailing, just be by the sea, just anything that gets you feeling just revitalized again. Another thing that might motivate you is antiques and collections and photographs, sentimental things, just things that you can just hold and keep that remind you of certain memories and experiences. Nostalgia is another one. So if you have your favorite place that you've went to ever since you were a kid, those types of things may really motivate you, you know, just bringing yourself back to that point. That can actually really help you too when it comes to whenever you're feeling a bit emotionally distressed. Mars in Leo, the way in which you are motivated is by performance and theatrics and expression and storytelling and creativity. Basically, where you're able to elaborate on things that you're doing and who you are and what you're about, and just sharing that and being proud of that because you love just the whole concept that comes with expression and creativity. So if that's your outfit, you know, if that's even just the things that you create. So maybe the way you do that is through music. You may be a really musically attuned Mars in Leo who loves to play the piano. And so you'll just sit down and start playing the piano, and others, if they're there, will listen and think, wow, that's amazing, that's beautiful. But to you, it's just that you can even do that in your own time, in your own space. And those things that just get you expressing from your heart space, they will make you feel good. And even on that note, anything that makes you feel good at all, anything that brings you joy, anything that brings you enthusiasm and happiness, so whether that be going out to a lovely dinner just with your good friend, or, you know, taking out your niece and nephew for the day just to a really exciting event, you're also going to be very motivated by children, because it's just the whole idea of fun and play, because it's children that also get you in tune with your own childlike nature as well. And even if it's not with children, whenever you're hanging out with your friends, Mars and Leo, just anything where you're having fun, you're laughing together, you're just embracing each other, you're enjoying life. You might enjoy going to the theater with your friends, to the opera, to some sort of drama or play. You might enjoy getting dressed up, you know, to the nines, and just taking yourself out and having some martinis or really nice, you know, drinks and cocktails. You might enjoy going furniture shopping or thrifting or clothes shopping or jewelry shopping, just shopping overall. And you also might be motivated by gift giving. So whether that be you giving gifts to someone else or them giving gifts to you, you can be very generous and warm in that way. But yeah, those types of things may really motivate you because you see the amount of care and things like that, and the amount of love that just goes into the whole idea of giving someone a gift. Mars in Virgo. So how are you motivated? Well, you are motivated by constantly analyzing. You're analyzing pretty much everything within your environment, and because this is Mars, there's a lot of energy being derived into doing this. You're gonna assert your energy into those earthly Virgo types of things. So for example, when it comes to your body, when it comes to your health, when it comes to your nutrition, you're going to analyze that a lot. So you may be that type of Mars in Virgo who could be at the doctors quite a bit because you want to just be sure about things and make sure that you've just checked off all those types of things for your own health. You may be the type of Mars in Virgo who likes to be really organized and just have everything laid out and in their place before you take action on something. Then again, you might be the type of Mars in Virgo who just does not seem to be very organized due to you constantly analyzing in the first place, where it's almost like you can't place this thing over there because you've already thought about all these other ideas and concepts, and then you criticize those ideas and concepts, and then you doubt those ideas and your concepts, and then next thing you know, you've got this whole paperwork just lying around. But you know, still, even if it's not so organized for yourself, Virgo, Mars in Virgo should I say, you are motivated by the very like quickness of it, the very being able to sort this thing out and do this thing and to attend to this thing and just be busy and be on the go, and how you got this going on and that going on. And yeah, things can get a bit obscure, things can just kind of be thrown up in the air, but that's just because you are just constantly driving all your energy into your routines and into just into how you see yourself even. Because when it comes to your own self-analysis, so you're not only analyzing the environment and everything else, but you're also analyzing yourself continuously. And so you might then start to analyze and pick at certain things on your body and who you are, and this idea that you just can't get out of your head, Mars in Virgo. These things are just motivating you. But at the same time, Mars in Virgo, it's also about kind of learning to, do you know what, just take a break sometimes, rest a little bit, you know, step away from the computer or step away from the thing that you're working on. Just pull back from time to time and learn to rest your mind a little bit, because you're very much mentally stimulated, you know, whilst you're also moving through the body as well. It's almost like you're just functioning from the head, and it's just telling you all these directions to go and things to do. You got to get that thing done, you got to get that thing done, this is next on the to-do list, this is next on the to-do list, and then you're just constantly going and going and going and going and going. So it's good to just sort of learn to go into your hermit mode, which you can do very well. But yeah, get into your hermit mode and just calm yourself, center yourself, don't go on your phone, don't look at anything, just put on some tunes if you wanna, sit in silence if you wanna, be alone with yourself, or even just go out with friends, because you might be that type of Mars in Virgo who doesn't really like being alone with your thoughts because of how critical they can be of you. So maybe it would be good to reach out and just like have a sort of, you know, an open discussion with someone else that can help you just to reassure yourself that you're good. So to reach out to someone and to have those things validated back to you to show you, hey, Mars and Virgo, you're okay, it's good, you're fine. You're doing so much, Mars and Virgo, you have no idea. You're doing more than enough. Mars and Virgo, you're like, no, but I'm not doing enough. I have to do this thing, I need to fix this thing, it needs to be fixed. It's like, no, Mars and Virgo, it doesn't need to be fixed, you're fine. You're doing more, trust me, trust me. Mars in Libra. So the way in which you may feel motivated is by you creating harmony within the relationships that you have and within the environment. Also when it comes to just the balance and harmony when it comes to your own appearance and your style and your clothing and the aesthetics. So whenever you're looking good, you feel good, and when you're able to just buy a new outfit for yourself, just things that make you feel really beautiful, you know, but not just physical things that you buy to sort of make you feel beautiful, whether that be clothing or makeup and things like that, but also just things that make you feel beautiful from the engagements that you have with other people, or the engagements that you have when it comes to, for example, being a really great host. So you may feel in your prime whenever you're hosting a class or hosting a talk or hosting some sort of just, you know, where there's people, there's connection, there's communication going on, because you, Mars and Libra, are going to be a really great communicator and speaker, and you may feel really driven towards wanting to share your ideas and your concepts with others. And so that in itself is really beautiful, because not only are you concerned more with the aesthetic beauty, but also when it comes to the mind and seeing the beauty that's found within thought, the beauty that's found within sharing ideas with people. Because the thing is that you just might be motivated by wanting to create fairness and equality and peace within the different relationships that you have, but not just the relationships that you have, right? And the beauty that can be found within those relationships, but also just when it comes to just people and the dynamics, you know, so social interactions and engagements, those types of things may really fascinate you, and you may feel motivated both by those types of things and just seeing how people work and how they function. And you may really enjoy getting this side of the story and then getting the other side of the story, and then seeing that, you know what, I like the thought that from this way, I also like from this point of view as well. But yeah, the motivation comes from you wanting to navigate back and forth between ideas and what that person said and this person said. You could also be motivated by art and culture and history and music and dance. You could be motivated by sweet things. You may have quite a sweet tooth. You also might be motivated by praise and affection, especially when it comes to your close relationships that you have. So the people in your life, if they can motivate you by giving you praise in some way, not necessarily that you're seeking it or anything like that, but you know, we all of course like compliments, we like to be encouraged. So yeah, when it comes to you, Mars and Libra, your loved ones or the ones that you're in a one-on-one relationship with, whenever they encourage you and whenever they see the things in you, the qualities in you, so your strengths and things like that, to really uplift you, you're going to feel so motivated by that. And you're also going to be really good at giving encouragement and compliments back, because of course it's Mars and Libra, it's balance. Mars in Scorpio. So the way in which you might be motivated is through the metaphysical world. You may have a deep passion for learning all things metaphysical, all things unknown, all things hidden. You almost want to just dive into the discovery of those things, and you might feel motivated by trying to figure out the answer, trying to expose the truth, and what is the truth, and who needs to be exposed, and who's telling lies. It's this full disclosure that can come with this energy. You just may feel really motivated by trying to get to know those answers to these types of questions. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be these types of things to do with the metaphysical world, but just even when it comes to your relationships that you have, especially your intimate relationships. So you may be motivated by trying to bring out the truth from your intimate partner, or trying to bring out the truth from someone that you really care deeply about, and you want to help them in a way by helping them release a lot of their own emotional baggage. So you may be motivated into helping those types of people and healing those types of people and connecting with those types of people, because you see through that there's just so much vulnerability and just the strength that comes with being vulnerable, Mars and Scorpio. You just might be motivated by wanting to expose people's vulnerabilities, for better or for worse, you know, because it could also go into a state of jealousy and resentment and manipulation with this placement. These things can come with this energy, but truly the motivation comes whenever you are able to cultivate this sort of those more higher octave Pluto vibrations from someone, where they are completely transformed through the experience. But not even just that person, but you feel motivated from your own transformations, your own leaps that you've made within your life, and those things have just made you such a strong person, an even stronger person as you grow and develop over time, Mars and Scorpio. These experiences, so whether they be connected with death or sex, or you know, with a certain situation from your childhood that left you quite hurt and sorrowful, whenever you feel motivated towards transforming yourself through those things, you feel even more driven, you feel even more motivated to take on life, because you realize just how much energy and just how much power you have that you've went through in order to overcome those things. You also might be motivated by investments. So you might be the type of Mars and Scorpio who invests a certain amount of money into something, and you have confidence in that because you know that it is going to benefit you afterwards. Mars and Sagittarius, the way in which you are motivated is by you being free enough to make your own decisions upon the things that you want to do with your life, or the things that you want to experience in life. Yes, you can be the type of Mars and Sagittarius who has your own belief system, you know, such as a certain religion, maybe you do have a certain faith that you believe in, but at the same time, Mars and Sagittarius, you can also be very open-minded to other, you know, beliefs and other faiths, and you may want to dive into different cultures and explore different places and different lands in order to see what's out there. You may want to read different books and go to the library and just get your head stuck in the computer screen in order to discover more about, again, what's out there. Everything is just out there to be explored. But Mars and Sagittarius, you are motivated just by the sheer enthusiasm and spontaneity that comes with life, and just with the things that you do. So you want to motivate yourself in a way where you feel pumped up, thrilled, positive about life. You also might be motivated by comedy. You might be motivated by getting outdoors, getting out into nature in some way, being by the campfire and intense, and just being wild, running free, just anything to get you outside, just exploring and discovering. These things really motivate you. Questioning the meaning of life as well can really motivate you. So if you're able to sit down with someone and have a philosophical discussion and get into different abstract ways of thinking, you will just get so deep into that discussion and just want to talk for hours and hours and hours. Sports is another thing that might motivate you as well. So you may have a certain football team or any type of team that you stand by, and you watch them like religiously, you know. I'm so motivated by this. Yes, come on Chelsea, win Chelsea. Mars in Capricorn. So the way in which you are motivated is by you, yes, seeing the long term. Okay, so being able to create a long-term plan for yourself where you remain structured and quite persistent along your journey, but at the same time being motivated by the small little successes that you achieve along your journey, okay, or towards that particular goal. See, the thing about you, Mars and Capricorn, is that you can often stress about this long-term goal, and you can get to these sort of stagnant points, or you can hit these sort of plateaus where you may start to doubt yourself. You get pretty pessimistic and cynical towards yourself and just, oh my gosh, am I still doing this? Is it really worth it? I mean, is it worth it? Do I have what it takes? Can I do this? It's so long. You know, these things can happen, you know, as they can for everyone in life. But the main thing to keep in mind is just those mini successes along the way that can actually help you feel motivated in that way, where you can see those milestones, those smaller sort of milestones towards the bigger milestone, that in itself is just as incredible. And you should be, you know, proud of yourself for that. You should see that as a success, and just to really see that what it is you're doing overall in the first place is something that, yeah, you're doing it, you chose to do it, but at the same time you can still change that, you know. The thing about it is that you can often place pressure on yourself, but that pressure is coming from you. So a good way to kind of just take the pressure off is just to step away from your work sometimes, for one. And then also another thing would be to just say like, hey, I've come this far, I'm here now, this is where I'm at now, and this is good enough. You, Mars and Capricorn, are just such a hard worker. You're very structured, and whenever it comes to your own motivational drives, you hold a lot of stamina and you can keep on going, and it's very, you know, it's very rare that you're going to give up. If you've held that, you're really holding on to that vision, that goal for yourself. But still, you're motivated to do it, yes, but it's also trying to just motivate yourself, just motivate who you are, that like even without that goal in the end, you're still pretty awesome. Life's okay. You're good. Another way actually here is when it comes to your fears. So you may be motivated by overcoming your fears and facing your fears head on in life, and you know, just being able to push through your fears. So with that motivation comes a lot of self-reliance, it comes a lot of independence. From facing your fears, it comes with good sort of maturity, right? So you're able to mature more and more, because then you might realize that actually, I don't even fear this anymore because I faced that fear, I got through that fear, and now I'm here. Mars in Aquarius. So the way in which you are motivated could certainly, for one, be by your community and by your friendship circles that you're a part of. But you know, you're really motivated just by the freeness, by the ability to be able to connect different people with other people and unify people and get ideas coming together with people and creating radical change within the collective. So being able to initiate new innovative ways and strategies of doing things within the collective, you may feel really motivated towards that because you can see the betterness that can come with it. You can see how that change can then evolve and revolutionize the collective for the better. You also might be highly motivated just by unusual things, by things that are quite quirky and quite different and a bit eccentric, things that are original. So original ideas that just catch your eye. You're like, hey, that's really different, I've never seen that idea before, I'm so motivated by that. Actually, do you know what, that inspires me even more to do something else. You're able to find things within the non-mainstream that, you know, maybe a couple of people know of or have done or have seen. It's like, oh yeah, okay, do you know what, I'm Mars in Aquarius and I actually see how cool that is. I'm really drawn towards that. So these types of things may motivate you, and then you can see just different perspectives and how other people view the world, and you may be motivated by other people's opinions on the world because you want to be interpersonal, you want to be objective with the collective, but at the same time you appreciate the personal opinions and views of everybody within the collective. Being friends with others and just having a more friendly social demeanor with other people is very strong. You may be strong advocates, for example, when it comes to freedom of speech, and you may really want to stand up for that and think that that is important to humanity, and overall just you may be motivated by your humanitarian efforts. Mars in Pisces. So when it comes to your own motivation, it's not so much about deliberately trying to motivate yourself. It's just that if you feel motivated in that moment to do something, so if you want to draw, you want to paint, you want to create, you're gonna just naturally flow into that. But then again, if you just decide, actually, do you know what, I feel like right now I just want to chill out and I just want to be in my solitude and I don't really want to talk to anybody today and that's all I want to do, then it's going to be more difficult to get you motivated to do anything in the physical world. So for example, you could be going through, very similar with Mars and Cancer, you may be going through your own emotional tides and then you just want to be on your own. You want to be in solitude completely, but it's just the other things in the physical world or the outside world, outside of your room, those things are almost calling to you. And you as the Mars and Pisces may find that really difficult because it's like, oh, I'm just having to drag myself up here, like I have to push myself to go to this thing and I don't want to. These types of motivations, I would look at it as, you know what, similar with Mars and Cancer, you know, it's really about giving yourself that time and feeling through those things and showing yourself that emotional support, and also cleansing yourself from all of the emotional baggage that you gather up because you're so sensitive to everything else going on around you. So if it is that you maybe have to attend a certain event that you just really don't want to go to, try to center yourself. Try to almost just feel into your own, you know, your own point, your own center point. Come home to yourself, and as you go to that experience, just kind of imagine this big bubble around you where nobody can impact you. Just breathe, okay? If you have to go to something and you're just not feeling all that motivated to go, breathe through it, Mars and Pisces. Try listening to a song that brings you back. You know, you are so feeling space, and when it comes to music, you get lost in the music. When it comes to wandering and mystery, those things just pull you in. So anything that pulls you into that place, that space where you feel just more relaxed, okay, more calm. You could also try mindfulness. You could try prayer. You could try certain mantras that you could just repeat to yourself. So yeah, I think that the motivation here comes in is whenever you're able to learn about things that are connected with spirituality and spiritual growth, they really interest you. So if it is a time where you're not feeling so motivated to do something, use the things that you are motivated by whenever it comes to spirituality, incorporate them, integrate them into yourself. And even when it comes to the things that you don't really feel motivated by within the physical world, then it's okay, because hey, you're at peace with yourself, right? You might also be motivated by the likes of film and photography. You might be motivated by the likes of dreams, so dreams interpretations and symbolism. I would like to mention that yes, motivation in terms of drugs and alcohol, those things can motivate you. So with that, I would just say be very, very cautious, be very aware of how much you're consuming, what you're doing, and the impacts that those are having on your life, Mars and Pisces. Alright then, Cosmic Warriors, so that concludes the how to motivate the Mars signs video. Now, if you did happen to find this video to be useful and beneficial, then definitely be sure to let us know in the comment section. And also, if you have any other information you would like to share about the Mars signs, then be sure to let us know as well. So with all that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. And if you would like to see more videos from myself, then go right ahead and click the subscribe button. And I will be back with another video very, very soon.